Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome His Excellency Mohamed Abou El Enein to the podium for a few comments, if you would. As His Excellency is making his way up here, it jogged my memory. There's a discussion and a note about the Egyptian military academies. Well, you know we all have a few of our own here in the United States that we're quite proud of. And I think it's highly appropriate that we ask to stand and recognize members of the Citadel Military Academy that are joining us for lunch here. We had an opportunity to dine together at our last Model Arab League last year at Converse University, and I want to thank you all for what you're doing now and what you're about to do for our country. We thank you, we honor you, and wish you Godspeed.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Bismillah. Indeed, after the speech of His Excellency, Royal Highness Turkish Faisal, it's very difficult to talk. Really, he has been touching everything. He has been relaying the messages of all the Arabic world. He has been addressed a lot of important keynotes that you and all our colleagues can understand the importance of these messages. I'm really glad to thank all of you, and a special thank to the National Arab Relations, American Relations, especially Dr. Bratt, is the chairman of the board, and my friend, Mr. Delano Roosevelt, and my friend, always, Mr. Patrick Mancini, and special thank to all the board members and also all our colleagues and our friends. Indeed, I was invited to attend this meeting, and I was hesitating to come, because as you see, what's happening worldwide. What for? To come and to talk, and there is no result. 1 month ago, I was in the United Nations, attending the meeting of the General Assembly, and I see and watch all the leaders, all the presidents, all the prime ministers, which has been starting their speeches with the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. And all of them were agree for the solution, two-state solution. But unfortunately, the answer was very clear. 2 months before, I was in the same position in attending the meeting with the president of the General Assembly and also with the Secretary General. And down was the voting between the countries for the two-state solution. The voting was at 3 o'clock. At 11 o'clock, some of my friends come to tell me, look, he showed me his mobile, that an order from the White House to make all the countries not to vote for the two-state solution. I am deeply sorry for this attitude, because if we really want to solve and to create the peace in the area, we have to understand that the root of the problem is the occupation, is the attack of the Israeli in 1967 to the Arab territories. You know what happened. Very glad. And you know the attack was in Golan in Syria and in Sinai in Egypt and also in the West Bank for the Palestinian and also to take a part of Gaza. And the Palestinians remain in the 27% of the historic Palestinian. And we make our victory in October and we get back the land in 1973. Since this time, I was keen to show you this film. Why? To show the result of the cooperation when there is a peace, when there is a real development, and when cooperation between the two countries, and the stability and security in the area. This is Egypt today, what you have been seeing now, and this is what happened in the last 10 years. I think it is a message that we can do the same in Palestine, in Israel, in Jordan, in Iraq, in Lebanon, in Syria, and to stop the war. Who can lead this? Who is the power which can determine and lead everybody for the process for peace? It is United States of America. The power is here. This is the only country with its power, with its relation, with its principle, with all what she have, she can decide. And she can make the decision. But still waiting. I was hesitating to come because really, what for to come to hear speeches and opinion? Of course, I'm happy to meet everybody, but we need an action. Where is action? Where is the action of worldwide when he's determined to make the peace process and talk about two-state solution? Only talk. I think it's a time to understand this message. Yesterday, we were having future leader. And the future leader has to understand the reality, has to understand the truth, and has to not to believe the false information out in the media. Has to understand there is a lot of media colored the news, and a lot of media has been directed in opposite direction. But this will lead a lot of problems. As the 40 years happen, what happened? Is wars? What happened in Afghanistan? What happened in Iraq? What happened in Libya? What happened in the revolution? When they say Arab Spring, what happened? Is a destruction of states. Is a killing everybody. Is a war every place. Who created this? Who is responsible for this? And what about the result for this? Is to create again the terrorism? Is to destroy the people? Is to destroy the countries? Who can accept this today in this century and this nowadays? I think if you just analyze what happened in the past 40 years and to see what happened until today, what happened in Iraq, what happened in Lebanon. What is the reason when create Hezbollah? It is the occupation in South Lebanon. What is the reason to create Hamas? Is not the occupation. Today, we have to go back with the root of the problem in order to solve it and to find a solution in the area. As His Highness Prince Turkey say that there are two initiatives has been applied, and we're near. The initiative of 20 years ago, I remember, it was agreement from 22 countries. All the Arabic countries say, okay, we are glad to live side by side with Israel and to recognize Israel and to establish a commercial and establish diplomatic and establish everything with Israel, but go back for the territories which you occupied in 1967. I think this is the right. There is a big difference when we talk about some people defending the right, asking for the land, asking for dignity and their freedom, and we say, no, you are not allowed to do this. You have to accept what's happening. I have been in a conference 10 years ago in Malta. And the conference was held for the peace process. And at that time came Saeb Arakat from Palestine, and came one minister is Yossi Beilin from Israel, and somebody came, I think is the president of the Jerusalem University. And really Saeb Arakat was talking about, we are happy to make one state solution or two state solutions. We are glad to do this. Then the answer was, don't dream. Israel will never get back your land. You have to accept what you have. Israel will not give a present. We are not accepting either one state solution or two state solutions. This is the closing of all the ways for peace process. Who can now talk about peace process? And these people are closely even discussion for this. I think it's a time to think again where we go, what's going to happen, what we can do for peace process, how to can achieve it. This is the goal. This is the goal of the new administration. This is my message, and everybody from the Arabic people message to President Trump. In the day of the election, if you call anybody during all the night, we were following the result of the election. Really, we enjoyed. It was a very nice night. We saw what's happening. We saw a real democracy and a real role of also media. We appreciate that, but we're still looking forward to the result. Looking forward to see a real action to say is enough. We have to understand, as our examples always say, عنف يولد العنف, means violence is increasing the other violence. It's get more and more violence. We have to understand this. I think it's the time to restudy again and to make a big conference, a big meeting with all Arab states, with the new administration, with Israel. Only this group to see and to sit to find a solution. Palestinian has a right to live in their territory and their land. Palestinian has to have their dignity and their freedom. They have a right for that. And we are protecting this for everywhere. Indeed, 2 days ago, President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi was making a speech in Saudi in the conference, Islamic conference. And he pointed out the international silence. The people are seeing everything happening, and there is no movement, there is no action. And the people are asking, where we go now? What about our future? It's again to increase again the terrorism again? Or the people which are believing that Israel cut the head of Hamas, cut the head of Hezbollah, and that's it? I say no. If they cut the head of their leader, there are 100 leaders for both of them. We don't need any activity more. We need to talk about peace process. We need to sit beside each other to talk about a real future, to build our future, to have a good relationship, to have a commerce and trade together, to build our area and to transfer it from this war to peace. This is how to create the peace. Indeed, Egypt today is suffering a lot because we have a fire surrounding Egypt, Israel and Palestinian conflict in Gaza. And I am sorry to tell you, it was a plan to push the Palestinian toward the Sinai. And my message, and the 100 million Egyptian message, and our president, Minister Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, and our parliament say one word. This is the red line. We are ready to save our territory and our land with our spirit and our soil and our body. Nobody will be there. We are against all the attempt to all these people dreaming in order to think that they can cancel and they can liquidate the Palestinian state or Palestinian conflict. No. Palestinian has a right, and the people has to understand that this right will remain, and the people has to understand that all the Arabic people are believe government and also people are supporting the Palestinian cause to have the right. It's a time today, again. Egypt has been losing a lot. If I just tell you, is 120,000 victims has been killed in wars, Egyptian. Egypt had losing trillions of pounds in different wars, and affect also our development and our continuous development in the past until now. But today, I can be proud of the result of the peace process with Egypt in 1979 in Camp David Agreement. We respect, because Egypt is respecting their agreement. Egypt is always fulfilling their commitment, and we are glad to say that today we have a good relation with Israel. There is a commerce, there is business, there is a relation, there is cooperation, and this is also can be extended with everybody in the area. I think the losses is accumulated when the missiles are coming from the right to the left and from north to south. We never see these things. When we never see these things, the destruction which happened in Palestine, which exceeded 50,000, has been killed, and more 100,000 of injured. What happened in Lebanon? Why Lebanon paid this price? Why? And if the war is going to be extended in the area, what's going to happen? Who's going to pay? I think the American has to understand they are going to pay all this money which are collecting from taxpayers are taking weapons and missiles to be destroyed by other people. Nobody accepts this. You have to restudy also how to save this money for the internal here to make another development. We are glad for all the technology. We are glad to see America always in the top. And this is your right, because you have a head among all the world technology and know-how. But it's a time also, again, to see the importance of Middle East for America, the importance of the wealth there. And this is what I'm going to say. Egypt today inviting all the Americans, all the investors worldwide to come to Egypt to see modern Egypt. We are building a new civilization. We have a great occasion to opportunities also for foreign direct investment. We have a full guarantee for your investment. Take care. When you are in Egypt, you have a great opportunity to make money. And what I can say to you, just recently, a few months ago, we have one project came for financing from Emirate. The total investment project is going to be $150 billion, and they buy the land with $35 billion cash. This is one. A month ago, European community comes to Egypt and make a 50 billion euros MOUs and agreement in Egypt for industry. Russia has been making industrial zone, Russian industrial zone. China has been making Chinese industrial zone. And the others are coming. I believe it's a time to invite America also to make American industrial zone. As you know, Cairo University is being extended, and 10 years ago we were having only around 50 different universities. Today in Egypt we have 120 different universities. This is the advanced technology. This is where we are building our youth, our people, and also the door is open for all African to come to educate and to learn in Egypt. We are happy to extend this business worldwide. This is a good example when you have stability and security and the people can understand where they go. I believe my voice, with your voice, with the people has to understand that we are keen to make a new life. And we are responsible for that. We have to make everybody happy. And this is, has to come with a big, important meeting. This is what we expect from the new administration, to say something and to do something as well with worldwide community. Our dream is to achieve the two-state solution and to proceed with the peace process. In this case, we are going to make a big celebration and we say thank you to everybody who has been helping, and thank you to all of you with all the voice which has been determined for the right of the people. Thank you all. Hope you all the best. Thank you again.